Hey everyone, what's up? It's Fritz with PocketCamera.net, and today I want to share with you a little feature that I found in iOS 14 beta that I just stumbled upon earlier when I was at work taking pictures. So I was taking some video and I wanted to turn the torch light, flashlight on, so I swiped up to turn that on to toggle it, and I saw this new little icon in the camera settings on my iPhone 11 Pro. It had a plus on it, a minus. I had never seen it before, so I clicked on it, and it is a exposure setting. So previously in iOS, when you'd want to adjust the exposure in the native camera app, you'd have to tap the screen, and then a little square would appear with a little line with something that looked like a sun, and you would swipe up, swipe down to adjust the exposure setting. It was pretty clunky, and I wasn't a big fan of it because oftentimes you would swipe between the mode you're in, from like go to photos to videos or whatnot, and it would kind of screw things up. So I saw this and I clicked on it, and what it does is it gives you a sliding scale up and down to adjust the exposure. It's quite amazing. So let's take a look at it.
So here we're looking at the camera at the iOS 14 beta, and you see here there's only a few redesigns. So up here on the left, you see a little arrow. When you point it, you see a whole bunch more settings, and these settings are introduced with the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro. But you see right here a circle with the plus and minus sign on it. So when you click that, you get a new sliding exposure setting. So you can go this, it goes all the way up to +2, all the way down to -2 right here. So this is really nice and really handy. You see on the left here, there's a little histogram that goes up and down with the red there, really nice touch. So you can kind of manually get the exposure in like that, which is pretty neat. And if you go back to other settings, you see that exposure right down there where you can click it and easily go back to it, which is pretty neat. It also works in
Video mode. Now it doesn't keep the same exposure setting. So when you click that, you see up here, there's a nice UI for the video. You click it, you can expose up or expose down. All right, so we're gonna go back here and we're gonna switch back to photos.
and it saves it there. So before, previously, let's take this back to the normal, to 0. When you would click something, the exposure wheel would come up like this, and it would go, you'd go up and down. You'd scroll down like this. Now it doesn't appear, this is the first time that I'm really playing with it. See, the UI doesn't really change too much with the exposure. It looks like, you know, they're two separate systems, which I hope this is something that they fix in the beta. A little strange. It looks like you can get a lot darker with this. So it appears, you know, this is my first look at it, that they're two different systems and they expose differently. So, okay, so bring it up here like this. You have an exposure like that. Okay, now it brings back to the 2. So here we're at 0. Now we're back here. Now if we go down, you don't get the exposure setting on the other side. Interesting. So we go here. Wow, so whatever you do on the other with that exposure setting, you can get some really interesting. And I wonder if this is a bug right now or what the story is behind the exposure, because it seems like you're able to have two different exposure settings here. So I'm going to go all the way up here and then go all the way up there, which is overexposed. Now let's see if we just go back to normal, that's gone, and we bring it up. I'm going to play around with this a little bit to kind of see what different exposures are with different settings.
All right, so that's my first look at this new exposure setting that appeared in the iOS 14 beta. I'm not sure if it was in beta 1. I upgraded to beta 2 just yesterday, so it could be something new in beta 2, or it could have been around there in beta 1. I just didn't see it when I was going around. You know, this is a really exciting development. While there's so much in iOS 14 that I got really excited from as a user, there wasn't a whole lot with the camera that, you know, was introduced. Now, oftentimes, a lot of things with the camera are introduced with the new iPhone when it comes out. So we're probably going to see some more things come out with that, such as with the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro, there's the whole new UI design, which is really great. But there wasn't a whole lot with photos and camera. So this shows that there could be some more stuff coming along in future betas. and I'll be keeping an eye on it and letting you know. Thanks.